somebody's done you wrong, it's time for you to sing along and call them out, call them out, call them out. You gotta call them out, call them out, call them out. It's time to call them out.
Okay, we got a ton of call them outs, and we've been addressing them. Pretty much the whole show has been a call them out episode, from the opening ceremony of the Olympics to just everything that is going on this weekend. Just call them outs all over the place. Got a select odd thing to call out, though. There's a couple things going on here with Amazon drivers. There's a story today about an Amazon driver in Georgia that got fired after somebody posted a video of them doing 35 miles an hour on the sidewalk.
Whoa. Dude.
On the sidewalk? That's kind of crazy. And then there's a woman in Colombia that ordered an air fryer on Amazon, and when she opened the box, all she got was a live lizard instead.
What? That would scare the crap out of me, and then just
oh my gosh,
weird me out. Not only would it scare me, I would be weirded out. I'd go, is this a message?
Right. That's what I would think as well. And then I had kind of my own interesting Amazon experience. My son and I got home on Friday from being out and about, and we looked over and we saw a car that we didn't recognize across the street, and we're like, okay, well, whose car is that, and where is that person? And as we looked around, pretty quickly we realized that it was an Amazon driver that had gotten out of his car and apparently had to go to the bathroom, I would assume, based on, if you're looking at KVJ TV, that is the photo that my son snapped, and you can see the smile on the back of the vest showing he's an Amazon driver, and he is taking a pee right in the bushes on the wall there on a very busy thoroughfare.
So it's very wide open. He's not hiding. And if he's not peeing, he's doing something odd and creepy.
Well, I mean, he did exactly where he walked over. He was there facing the bush for about the right exact amount of time that you would pee. And then he was shaking himself and then walked back to his car. But my big question, if you're an Amazon driver, can't you go to a gas station, or there's not some other place you can go?
I feel like that guy did not have a great strategy with what he did.
Does that happen often? Do Amazon drivers just kind of get out and use the bathroom wherever they want and please?
That's too brazen. That's too out. Go in find a bush and hide yourself if you're going to do that. I mean, he's out in the open.
Yeah, that's just kind of what I thought. And, you know, some people are pointing out here, we don't know if he had hand sanitizer in his car or not, but otherwise he's handling his package and then he's handling yours.
Oh, always assume your packages that you get have the grossest stuff on it.
Yeah, so I don't know what's the way of the Amazon drivers. Is that common? Or I would think that they would still try to find a bathroom to go to.
I mean, I guess the half full is that at least he wasn't pooping. At least it's just number one.
You're right. Could have been worse. Another column out here says, I am a barista with a message to people who are unaware, like the group that walked into my place just the other night, 2 minutes before close, to order 5 very intricate and complicated drinks. Just because the door isn't locked, it doesn't mean you should walk in. If you see a closing time, it is rude to come in 10 to 15 minutes before that time. Look, we have lives too, and we want to get home. You just added another 15 minutes or so to our workday, not to mention who needs to be drinking coffee at 7 p.m.?
I disagree with that.
Okay.
If you are an establishment and you are open and it's from 9 to whenever, if a restaurant or a bar closes at 9 p.m. and you go in at 8:45, it's still open.
Right.
Then shut your then turn on then lock your door. Then if that's the problem, I don't like that.
To me, closing time is we are not doing business anymore. If it gives up to a time and it's even a minute before, you're still saying that you are doing business. That's what that tells me, the consumer.
If you're the owner of that establishment, you're not going to like that because that would turn people off. If it's 8:45. I know it sucks. I understand why you're annoyed. I get it. It used to happen to me all the time at the golf course. When I worked at the golf course, you would clean the entire the course up. You would put all the balls away, and there was always some rich jerk that would come 5 minutes before closing time, and you couldn't do anything.
End of the game, baby.
It does suck, but them's the breaks.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
This person says, I don't have kids and my shift is till 6 p.m. My other coworker has the same shift as me till 6 p.m. But she always gets to leave at 5 or 5:30 to go pick up her kids, leaving me to work all by myself that last hour or hour and a half. Is that fair? I don't have kids, so I don't have the same rights? I see what you're saying.
Oh, believe me, I have seen that through my entire life. Me not having kids versus people who have kids.
Yeah.
There's absolutely people who get an advantage when they have kids. They get out of things. You're able to. It's a real thing.
I don't think it's. I agree with you.
There are times where you
fair.
do more work because of it.
Well,
it absolutely happens.
If they are getting their paid doctor, they only get paid for the time that they're there, then okay, that's understandable. That's just an agreement that they've come up with. But if they get paid the exact same amount and they regularly are doing an hour to an hour and a half less of work per day, that's not fair.
Seen it happen many times in my life.
Yeah, that is not right. I get what you're saying on that. Rachel is calling out the person who was walking their unleashed pit bull on Crestwood northbound the other day. The dog ran across the street to attack my dog, Odie. I had bear spray, and I sprayed the dog, and I'm not sorry. He did apologize from the media, and I said, well, you know what? You need to keep your dog on a leash. So do that. If your dog has any kind of tendency whatsoever to go and attack another dog, there's absolutely no reason why your dog should not be on a leash.
That's exactly what happened to my sweet Chewy when he was alive. He got attacked by 2 pit bulls that were not on leashes. They double teamed him.
Yeah.
They jumped up. My dad had to get involved.
Nah, it's a bad dog owner there. And Rachel said, I'm tired of this BS. Happens all the time, and that's why I usually walk at 5:30 a.m.
Yeah, it's very unsettling when a dog runs up on your dog and it turns into one of them uncomfortable dog fights. It sounds horrific, too, by the way.
Should not happen. You're right. That is a great call him out. That needs to be said. Unfortunately, people are not getting that for some reason.
And pick up your dog poop.
Yep. And I got a positive call him out here. Riley and Justice, they went with Camp KVJ to Lion Country Safari. Those are 2 kids that had an amazing time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Uh-huh.
That's great. They're having fun.
Very cool.